firstly, Rainbow Chicken Limited recently merged with Foodcorp. It's the market leader in the South African chicken industry and is controlled by the Remgro Group. Market cap 10.8 billion rand, price to earnings ratio of 43, currently paying no dividends. RCL Foods, what can you tell us about this?
Well, look, the backdrop, as Daniel says, has been very difficult. I can add one more factor to his list of troubles, and that is rising diesel and electricity prices, both of which are very important for keeping the chickens warm while they're growing and then also moving them to the point of sale. So all of that adds up into disastrous trading for the chicken companies recently. And it's difficult because this is a very positive trend story in terms of the absolute value or volume of chicken consumed in this country. As the middle classes have slightly more money to spend, they want to eat chicken at home, they want to eat chicken out. But it just doesn't help. RCL, though, has something major going on there, and that's the change. And it's because they've added the Foodcorp business, which makes them really, in my opinion, more of a food play and significantly less a chicken play, although still clearly a big foot in the chicken side of the thing.
Daniel, let's get your input here. RCL Foods looks like it's trading very high at the moment. I'm not sure over what time period, but is that an all-time high?
Okay, so it's difficult to look at the stock from that point of view because of the recent significant changes in the stock, as Paul mentioned. What's interesting about these stocks is that each one of the players in the chicken space is developing their own strategy to deal with the problems that they've been facing. So what RCL has done is they focused on less commoditized goods and more brand name goods like chicken, Bologna, etc. And they've also gone into this Foodcorp acquisition, which changes the whole spread of products that they offer the market. I think what's going to happen is that you're going to need a bit of time for this whole process to be bedded down, for the synergies to be exploited, to get a real sense of what the sustainable earnings of this combined business is.
Paul, chicken bologna, have you given it a go?
Look, I'm more favoured of eating the Woolworths free-range chickens as they cook them in the store. I'm not so much in the bologna end of the market.
I was just checking your appetite there.
But, you know, Rainbow did a clever thing there, I think. You know, they had the Remgro backing. They knew it was a very difficult time and that the market wouldn't be all that receptive. They bid for and won the bid to take Foodcorp, which was really a private equity owned entity that was looking for a new lease of life. They did a rights issue at a level which wasn't all that attractive for the minorities, so Remgro have really solidified their stake there. The businesses they've acquired are things like Yum Yum peanut butter, Nola mayonnaise, the Omar biscuit business, not the E-Pol, the dog
so
mall.
Well diversified, as you made the point, beyond the chicken business now. With
yeah, so it gives them the ability to sort of mix and match. So now they'll be across the spectrum. As far as the chicken is concerned, remember what has happened is that the government at the end of September approved substantial increases in tariffs. So they basically said we cannot compete with the Brazilians because they're selling all the white meat to the US market and they're sending the thighs and the legs and the wings to places like South Africa that want to buy them so that they can resell them in Kentucky. That tariff increase really protects the local guys. A lot of people don't like it because they think it's going to increase prices to the consumer. But momentarily anyway, it does improve the financial profit prospects for the chicken producers.
So if we can't take that share price graph at face value, what do you suggest we do when it comes to valuing the stock right now, Daniel?
Okay, so what you would need to do is you'd need to look at the previous business, you'd need to look at the Foodcorp business, you'd need to do some evaluation and get you some idea of what you think the combined businesses can come to over time. And why I say over time is quite important. Well, first of all, it's always important, but Foodcorp also has very expensive debt on their balance sheet, which they cannot pay off in quick amounts due to penalties. So what they'll need to do is to pay this off over the next couple of years, which will be very earnings accretive, which I'm sure a lot of guys have taken into account in their models. The problem is that having done that, what you realize is that the price is currently discounting quite a lot of the future growth. So buying it now means you're buying earnings 2 or 3 years out now, and you've got to sit and wait for the stock to grow into those earnings.
Hot or not, Paul, on RCL Foods?
Well, look, the point I make often about these deals and acquisitions, and it takes time. These recent results from RCL only included 2 months worth of the Foodcorp business. As Daniel says, there are all sorts of icebergs under the water that might come to fore, like the debt issue, like the share dilution, whether the deal was priced at a good level, like competition-related problems or market-related or management departures they may pick up. But all of that often conspires to me keep the market in the dark about what the company is really worth, and there can be positive as well as negative surprises. I like the food sector. People are very committed to eating. I think it's hot.
That was a long way around to get to your hot. Daniel, hot or not? RCL Foods.
I think that there are some very exciting things about this combination. For example, I think that Foodcorp was weighed down by their debt previously, and they couldn't invest adequately in their business. And now that the debt position is slightly alleviated with the combination with Rainbow, they'll be able to invest more. I also think that Foodcorp sells quite a bit into, they prepare quite a bit of Woolworths food. So now you can get Rainbow selling chicken into that line. So I think there are some quite exciting things happening. But like I said previously, I think it's priced for those things at this point in time. So at this price, I would hold off and say not.